there, Justice 3 Strike Force. Welcome back for another great daily dose of Marvel Strike Force. And today I'm going to review what I'm doing with Back to Tiny World. Now, back when this first came out, my Ant-Man and Wasp were not that great. I was hoping they were going to be better than they were, but you know, sometimes that's just the way it is in the game. But between then and now, when it first came out, I did have some red stars and some of my characters. We'll take a look at the event real quick. And regardless of what the info says, I actually made it up to this 4-star event before with very low power. Well, not low power, but low star count and gear. But I did have a bunch of some red stars for my Ant-Man and Wasp. I am going to make a run on trying to complete this event, even though my Ant-Man and Wasp, just sheer out of just playing the game each day, I ended up getting 7 stars for both my characters. They both actually have 4 red stars, and I just spent this last week after getting Toad Battle ready, leveling them up to a balanced nature where they're both level 61 and geared to 10, I believe. Let's check that out real quick. I did favorite them and put them in the top of my tray just so I could get ready for the event. I mean, it's hard, honestly. Let's go back to the menu real quick because I forgot to go over this part. It's hard to not try for that. I mean, 250 T4 ability materials. That's enough to just upgrade one of the major skills for any one of your characters. And right now, I think, honestly, I'm going to be giving this one to either Blob or Toad just to be able to get them ready. Now, when Brotherhood first came out, I really went hard on them. And I really wanted a great team to be able to go through an arena, which they were great in at the time. And, I ended up bringing almost all of them up to Gear 13 with a lot of T4s involved. And so when the Marauders came around and took my Mystique and Sabretooth, it was kind of a big letdown to split up that group, which I believe a lot of you guys probably had very similar issues, unless you're a newer player. And pretty much left my Magneto, Juggernaut, and Pyro all alone. And they just kept getting split up here and there because, depending on the Greek grade, it was more advantageous to have Magneto, Mystique, and Sinister together for 2 of the Greek grades, I believe. It would leave the others out again. And I am so glad that they finally got some more Brotherhood characters back together, given that I do have Toad Battle ready, meaning he's level 70. I got all of his abilities to 664 or 666-4, and I was lucky enough when I was pulling red stars for him, got him to 5 red stars. Now, typically when I go through a character's campaign, I use the cores that I would normally use for a different character, for my legendary objective in my tray usually, to get more shards for that character. But I stopped doing that during character events, and I put that 150 cores towards the campaign. And by the end, I normally, through the probabilities of it all, get to 6 stars with whatever character that is. And hopefully I'll be able to do that here. At the very least, I know I'll get 5. And that's great because I was lucky enough to pull 5 red stars for Toad, which will make this Coulson slaying team pretty awesome. And like I was saying, it's hard to say no to that 250. But here, look, check how weird this is. They're geared exactly the same. Same level. Same red stars even. And somehow Wasp has more power than Ant-Man. Hard to say why, but I did some investigation and found out why. Look at that. Ant-Man has no butt. Wasp, however, has an excellent butt. There it is. The 1,000 power difference right there built into the glutes. all that being said, I will be covering that event. I'll try to get those videos out as soon as possible for this, just so you can get an idea of what you might be going through. I have no idea whether or not 40,000 is enough to get through the last event, given that I do have 7 stars for both Ant-Man and Wasp now. I don't remember the previous event before, and I wasn't doing videos and things like that, so I can't review any of my older videos for it. So hopefully when I go through the event tonight, everything turns out well and you guys can get some great footage to study and then maybe take on those events for yourself the next time this might come around, or within this one. Usually when they come back though, I haven't checked the timeline. It's usually for just a short period of time, like when they do repeats. How long? It doesn't say how long it's staying around for. It starts tonight, obviously. Yeah, it's usually like when you do repeat events. I could be wrong. Definitely leave that comment in the comments. What the usual timeline is. I think it's like somewhere between 2 to 3 days. Probably just the like today's Thursday, so they'll probably end it in a couple of days. That way we can keep working on the campaigns and whatever the major blitz is when it comes tonight. That's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself with a small explanation about what are my plans for tonight's Back to Tiny World. Hopefully I can get through all 3 of those stages that I have left. Until next time, guys, if you enjoyed your time with this video, please drop a like on this video. It goes a very long way to my new goal of 500 subscribers. And definitely leave a comment down below about any part of this video that you might be curious about. With that being said, I have officially run out of time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I rambled on a little bit, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next show.